on today? Okay, you're ready. We're missing one person over there. Left side. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. No. מזמור לדוד, אדוני רואי לו אכסר. בנוד שירביצני על מי מנוחות ינעלני. נפשי ישובב ינחני במגלי צדק למען שמו. גם כי אלק וכצל מוות לרע כי אתה עמדי. שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני. תערוך שולחן לפני שולחן נגד שורדיי. תשענת בשמן ראשי כוסי רוויה. אך טוב וחסד ידפוני כל ימי חיי. ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. The words of the 23rd Psalm, a Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Giving me repose in green meadows, leading me beside the still waters to revive my spirit, guiding me on the right path, for that is God's essence. Though I walk through a valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod comfort me. You prepare a banquet for me in the presence of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely, goodness and kindness shall be my portion all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for coming out. Also, thank you to all of you at home for tuning in. My name is Rabah Z from congregation Shaarey Zedek, and it's my great honor to be here officiating the funeral services for Wendy Lyons of blessed memory. She was also known to the Jewish people by her Hebrew name, Naomi Vat Avraham Besarah, Zichronah Livrocha. She was the daughter of Mike and Elsie, blessed memory, beloved wife of Norman for 41 years and 3.5 months. The sister of Donna and Foster, Beverly and Andrew, Janice and Guy, Michelle and Gary, and also of Kim, of blessed memory. She also had many nieces and nephews. Wendy passed away quite unexpectedly on Tuesday, December 12th, at the age of 72. According to Jewish tradition, every Friday night, tonight, every Friday night, we sing at our table the Eshet Chayil right before dinner. Eshet Chayil, translated as a woman of valor, consists on the concluding section of the book of Proverbs. And the text goes like this: who can find a woman of valor? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts in her, so that he will have no lack of gain. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She stretches her hand to the poor. Yes, she reaches forth her hand to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she will rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the teaching of kindness. She looks well to the ways of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children come forward and bless her. Her husband praises her and say, many women have done superbly, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a God-revering woman shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and whatever people gather, her deeds speak her praise. Beautiful words from the Bible to praise a wonderful woman like Wendy. And one could think that all those words of the book of Proverbs are true in Wendy's life, except maybe that she didn't have biological children. But she expressed her maternal instincts by embracing her many nieces and nephews as her own children, loving them and caring for them, especially to Randy and Lori. Wendy had to overcome many challenges during her life, and she did so with optimism and independence. If there is something we can say about Wendy, it's that she never wanted to be an inconvenience to anyone. As an independent woman that she was, Wendy worked at different places during her life, eventually becoming a house communication monitor. She was a wonderful cook and baker and an incredible life partner to Norman. There was one story that Norman shared with me that speaks a lot about her character. As many of you may know, Norman has been involved with the Masons for many years now. Eventually, he was approached to get into the Grand Line, a 4-year progression and a great honor. But Norman made it clear that he wouldn't take any commitment without discussing it with Wendy. That's because it involved many things for Norman to do, but also a lot of expectations for Wendy to do. She didn't answer right away because she was concerned about how she would be accepted. Norman reassured her that she will meet exceptional people along the way, but she still wanted to give it a thought. And that is because Wendy understood that this was a great deal and a great responsibility, and this new path deserved a mature consideration. Of course, at the end, she said yes. And she ended up meeting the most amazing people. And she was always well respected. And those same people are today mourning her loss. A totally different chapter of her life is her relationship with Norman. They met in 1975 at a curling game. Norman wanted to have a chance to get to know Wendy. She had a boyfriend at the time. But they became friends. Eventually, in 1980, they started to spend more time together and have regular coffee dates. But by 1981, the friendship evolved into a serious relationship. And in April of 1982, Norman proposed at Grand Beach. And as I mentioned in my opening remarks, they've been married for 41 years, 3.5 months. She lived a life of loving and giving. And as we celebrate today among the Jewish people, the last day of Hanukkah, in fact, we lit the last candle last night, I remember the story of the Hanukkah menorah. About 2,000 years ago, the rabbis discussed on how to light the candles. The house of Shaarey argued that we should start with 8 candles the first night, 7 candles the second night, until eventually we finish with 1 candle the last night. Now, the house of Hillel argued that we should start with 1 candle the first night and end with 8 candles the last night, just as we do it today. That's because the rabbis voted and decided to follow the opinion of the house of Hillel. And they added that the reason for choosing Hillel's opinion was because we should always aim to increase and never to decrease. The goal is, like Wendy did during her life, to add more light every day of our lives. The world is already full of darkness. Our mission as Hanukkah and Wendy remind us, is to add light to make this world a better one. So to hear more about Wendy's life, I would like to invite Norman to come to the microphone to eulogize his wife. Please. If you can come here, we all want to hear you.
Two-sided.
You take the time you need.
Thank you. Shalom. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, family, friends, members of the Masonic community. I know there are those that are viewing from the blind and vision impaired community, of which was very part of our lives. So I was sitting last night trying to figure out what am I going to say about Wendy. So here's what I have. Getting over the initial shock of the passing of my lovely bride of 41 years and 3.5 months what was I going to say, to have both unexpected, but I watched more so over the last year that she was fading, and despite all that I did, it happened. I was with her to the end, and I knew deep down that the inevitable was coming. It just came sooner rather than later. For 41 plus years, we celebrated a warm, wonderful relationship. Wendy always was there when needed, whether it was family related or community related. Our early years, we bowled 10 pins, had a great time, and went to tournaments. We curled, but not on the same team, ever, as she said, "I don't like your style." Due to her disabilities, Wendy had to give up her sports endeavors, but never gave up her interest in them. As we didn't have children of our own, we centered our attention on our nephews and nieces, great-nephews and nieces. Wendy was fondly named Auntie Poo-Poo, and she doted on them. Wendy's door was always open to visits and phone calls, and being the matriarch that she was, always gave good counsel and advice to those who sought it. Wendy became a major part of my Masonic career. When we first informed my parents that we were getting married, my mother, bless her soul, sat Wendy down and said to her, "You know, you're marrying a Mason, so be prepared to spend many lonely nights when your future husband goes out to play with the boys. If you're okay with that, good. Otherwise, tell him that the wedding is off." She obviously bought in and was very supportive. Her greatest pleasures was the 4 years going through the Grand Line with me and becoming the Grand Lady in 2019-2020. She made many new friends over the years, for which many tributes poured in expressing our loss. Wendy had many other attributes. Her cooking and baking skills were par excellent, and she was forever experimenting many different dishes and delights. I was very fortunate to have her in my life, and I will uphold the promise that we made to each other over 20 years ago. I will continue to do the things that I love to do and live to the fullest as you would want me to do. So it's not goodbye. We will meet again. I will always love you. Rest in peace, my love. And now that you are free of pain and suffering, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Yeah.
Randy, please.
No, not that way.
Careful.
Hello. So today we're here to celebrate the life of an extraordinary woman, our beloved Poo-Poo, a friend, a sister, and an aunt. But most of all, an amazing mother figure to many of us, especially me and my sister. She wasn't just an aunt to me, she was also a mother, my mentor and my rock. She raised me as her own child, always teaching me valuable lessons and guiding me through life's journeys, smacking me in the head when I was an idiot. It's difficult to put into words the gratitude and love I feel for this woman. Wendy was a beacon of strength and kindness. In every moment, through ups and downs, she stood unwaveringly by our side. Her generosity knew no bounds, and she would give the shirt off her back for anyone in need. Her selflessness was a shining example for all of us, a reminder of the power of compassion and the importance of extending a helping hand. She shared over 41 years of a beautiful life with her husband. Crazy, I know. A testament to the enduring love that bound them together. Auntie Wendy lived to the age of 72, and in those years she touched the hearts of everyone she encountered. Her warmth and love were felt by all, but especially by her nieces and nephews, who she adored. Pupu had a remarkable way of making each of us feel special, cherished, and loved. She embraced everyone with open arms, and her love knew no bounds. I will forever miss her, and the void she left by her passing is immense. Though she may not be physically present, her spirit will live on in the memories we shared and the lessons she's given us all. She was eagerly looking forward to baking for Christmas with my nieces, Carmen and Ileana. That moment was taken from us, but it is something that Pupu has done every year and loved it, so I plan to continue it with them. It's going to be bittersweet, but it'll be a tribute to the love and traditions that she held. And to Wendy, better known as Mama Pupu, you are the most amazing woman I have ever known. You leave behind a legacy of love, kindness, and resilience. And as we mourn your departure, we also celebrate the beautiful life you led. We'll carry your spirit in our hearts, and I take comfort knowing that you're watching over us, ensuring we don't do anything dumb again. Rest in peace, Mama. You'll forever be missed, forever loved, and forever remembered.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to continue now with the recitation of the memorial prayer, the El Maleh Rachamim. El Maleh Rachamim Shochem Bamiroimim Hametzei Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanfei HaShechina V'Ma'alot Kedoshim Kedoshim Uteorim Kezoyer Rakim Amazirim Ed Nishemat Ed Nishemat Naomi Bat Avraham Vesara She'alecha Le'olama Ba'avur Shanu Mitpalelim Ve'ad Azkarat Nishemata Beganei Tein Began Heiden Tei Menukata Lachem Bala Rachamim Ya'astir Eya Veseder Kena Avav Le'olamim Utzerur Bitznor Achayim Achayim Et Nishemata Adonai Unachalata Vedanuach Veshalom Al Mishkava Venomar Amen. Exalted, compassionate God, Grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Wendy Lyons, who has gone to her eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May her soul be bound up in the bond of life. May she rest in peace. Let us all say,
Amen.
Please join me now in the recitation of the words of comfort, the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Gadal v'itkadash shemei Rabah. V'alma divirach hiruteh, v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon u'vyamechon, v'chayei dechol Beit Israel, v'gala u'vizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yeheh shemei Rabah mevorach le'alam u'le'olmei olmaya, yitvarach להשתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה עם כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה נמירם בעלמה וימרו אמן. יהא שלום הרבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו אמן. המקום ינחם אתכם בתוך שרב לציון בירושלים. May God bless you and comfort you. Let us all say Amen. Amen. So I have one quick announcement before we proceed to the burial, and I have it right here. It's about the Shiva. Norman decided that he's going to open his house for people who would like to visit on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at his residence, apartment 404, and the address is 35 Mulberry Road. You're going to need a code to enter, so feel free to contact Norman. He will give you the number that you have to punch if you want to come to visit. Everybody's invited to come to pay their respects to the family. So the next stage here, before we can leave the cemetery, it's an open invitation for everyone here to participate in the burial. Our rabbis taught that the act of coming forward, picking up a shovel and putting some ground on top of the coffin is the ultimate act of kindness that we can do for someone. So everybody is invited to have the opportunity to do it. Our tradition is to do at least 2 or 3 shovels full of earth on top of the coffin. And if the ground is too hard because it's already getting frozen, there is a white bucket with fine gravel, so you can use that as well if by any reason you consider the ground is too difficult to handle. So thank you again, everyone, for coming out. Thank you, everyone at home, for tuning in. I would like Norman for you to be the first one.
Other way, Norman.
To the ground. It's there. You will find to your right.
No.
Don't you have the shovels there?
Too close.
And then I would like to invite Wendy's sisters. They're here to come and be the next ones.
Got it? Oh yeah.
I won't step on it. I'll let the walker go on it. Yeah. They don't really hang on over it. There you go. How you doing? I had a hard time throwing it because of my stomach. I should have just grabbed the gravel. I'll leave this here. Yeah, we'll come walk you there. Stuck with this thing.
It's not easy to walk around.
Yeah.
Were you
Put your stuff here.
Were you surfing? I was gonna say, did you just forever? Or?
Yep. They cut too much muscle and nerves because it was such an emergency.
Those are some hands that might get you. I think it's good if you want them to be more than
I can't go to their house Sunday. I can't go to their house Sunday because I work.
I'll go on Monday because I know Sunday will be just fast.
Sunday I work and then I gotta go to Justin's daughter's.
2024.
2020. Did you hear Justin's daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah. The glare off the head. Yeah.
Norman's got me, so he'll be doing okay.
Yeah.
See you later.
Take care. Thanks for coming. Of course, your sister. The right thing to say, apparently. It's the thing to say, apparently.
I know.